The COVID-19 vaccines can be our chance to get back to our plans, who we are, what we miss, to get back to each other, to life. But it's okay to have questions, like, how were the vaccines tested? In rigorous clinical trials among adults of diverse backgrounds. Can the vaccines give you COVID-19? You cannot get COVID-19 from a vaccine. Why should I get vaccinated? Protecting yourself also helps protect the people around you. Find the latest information at getvaccineanswers.org.
This is a TV20 News Break. I'm Dan Monroe. Thanks for watching, and here's what's happening. The Cleveland Division of Police memorialized two of their own who died in the line of duty. The badges of two Cleveland police officers were placed in a case of badges that honors those who have fallen in the line of duty.
This year's event is especially difficult as we mourn the loss of two of our own, Patrol Officer Boone Nguyen, badge 1534, and Detective James Skirtovitz, badge 2249. We lost Officer Boone Nguyen on July 6, 2018, following complications from a training exercise, and Detective James Skirtovitz was taken from us on September 3, 2020 in a cowardly ambush by armed suspects.
The family of Vu Nguyen attended the ceremony. Maya Nguyen, daughter of Officer Vu, says that placing badges of the fallen officers in the memorial case is very special to those families.
Yeah, I think it means a lot because they're honoring everyone who came and everyone whose family member passed away in the line of duty, and I think it's really nice and special.
What would you like to say to everybody? What would you like them to know about your dad?
He was a really good guy, and I just think that he was I don't know. I just think that he was super good.
Yeah, he was.
Police Chief Calvin Williams finally remembered both Officer Nguyen and Detective James Skirtovitz as the epitome of what a Cleveland police officer should be.
I think you can rest assured that Vu and Skirn epitomized the model of the Cleveland Division of Police, which is pride, which stands for professionalism, respect, integrity, dedication, and above all, excellence. They went out day in and day out, and they did their jobs the right way. If I had 1,000 of those guys, we'd be in great shape around the city, and we made sure that we got the job done.
You can watch TV20's complete coverage of the 2021 Cleveland Police Officer Memorial Week by visiting and subscribing to our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. The Cleveland Browns are once again a premier team in the NFL with no shortage of star players, and Jarvis Landry, star wide receiver, hosted a charity event that brought out tons of stars from all across the NFL and NBA. Jarvis Landry's Building Winners Foundation is focused on helping families that face socioeconomic disparities and also families dealing with cystic fibrosis. His celebrity softball game brought out thousands of fans and raised so much money for a good cause.
I think everybody's happy to get outside again. Everybody's happy to not be behind the computer or feeling like they're confined in their home, and to be able to come out here safely, and then again for a great cause, and to see a lot of their favorite players in one place in Cleveland is something that's special.
I think a big part of it too is just how much excitement there is surrounding the team.
Oh yeah, the team and this season, again like we spoke about, it's getting pretty much back to normal. So with that being said, this is a great way to kick it off and see how it goes.
Look at all the players that are here today within the team. This is a voluntary off-season. This is a voluntary day. There's so many people could be out doing other things, but the teammates genuinely want to stay here. They want to be in Cleveland. They want to help out not only the community, Northeast Ohio, they want to help out their fellow brothers on the team. And when you have that genuine love and respect within the team, which I know our team did in the 80s, and it resonates still within you, you really could see that within this team and this group of guys.
Native Clevelander and Pro Bowl tight end Travis Kelce shares his love for Cleveland before he laced up his cleats for the game.
It's an awesome atmosphere. The sports town is like none other, man. It's Cleveland. I grew up in it. I am a part of this sports town, whether people want to believe it or not. But I bleed everything in 216, and I'm just appreciative that the fans are still the fans. Even when I'm playing against the Browns, they're rooting for the Browns, whether or not they're family or not. And I think it's a fun rivalry just for myself. I don't necessarily know if the teams are rivalries, but I know in my heart I'm always got a little bit more to play for when I play Cleveland.
Aside from the softball game, fans in Cleveland can't help but talk about Super Bowl aspirations, and Jarvis and Travis agree.
Why not? I mean, again, it's something that people always say you should not talk about, but nobody trains or nobody do what they do to not be a champion. So that's the standard. We haven't made it there yet, but every team that set out, there are 32 teams that set out at this time of year or any point, they draft their teams to be a championship team. They sign free agents to be a championship team, so why not talk about it? It's real. It's sick to be humble about, what everybody is actually chasing in the end of it.
I would say they're definitely a contender, without a doubt. I mean, it's definitely there. Baker and the gang have upped the ante, made this team an unbelievable team and a team you have to prepare for and take serious. And, I think that moving forward, without a doubt, I can see a lot more playoff games between us. And, I'll just take it one day at a time and hope for it. But I think that, the Browns and Chiefs are definitely neck and neck for sure.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm super pumped for this football season. I cannot wait for September when the Browns take the field and go on their winning march. It's going to be great. The Fifth Street Arcade is a great place to shop local from a variety of different vendors. Coco's Chalky Paints is one such place, and believe me when I say you've never seen a shop like this.
I want to be known as that chalk woman. There are cat women, there are dog women. I'm like that chalk woman because I'm going to show you what to do with chalk paint like you would never ever imagine.
Meet Coco Dixon, CEO of Coco's Chalky Paints. Chalk paint is nothing new, but it's her invention that puts her above everyone else.
I started Coco's Chalky Paints probably about 4 years ago. I have a powder that is an additive you put inside paint. Once you put this additive inside paint, it creates a chalk paint. So the chalk paint is an amazing paint that you would use. Historically, people started using it to paint furniture. So a piece of furniture that I painted, because I'm a furniture painter, it used to take me 3 days to paint the furniture before chalk paint. So with my additive and with the addition of chalk paint, it takes me 4 hours. So what that means is I no longer have to sand and prime and do all this prep work. With my additive, my powder inside any paint, you just start painting on that piece of furniture, which is revolutionizing the way we paint furniture in this DIY world.
Coco was able to rent and transform the basement area, giving her an amazing 20,000 square feet of space. But just as she was about to have her grand opening, she got hit with 3 major setbacks.
February 1st, I had just completed the event space. I had spent months on completing this event space. I was so happy. We were having a grand opening that day in February. It was February 1st of 2020. So we stepped outside of the doors and to just give it a rest before we finished setting up. And we heard a loud bomb go off. When we opened the doors, a car came through the brick wall. I mean, we were like, is that a car? Wait, is that, it was utterly amazing. The person who was driving was in shock, got out, left the engine running, gas spewing everywhere. So that was February. Okay, and then March came with the pandemic. And then I was sitting at home watching my surveillance cameras and I saw all of my windows being busted out.
Coco's store was damaged during the riots. Though the events were tragic, in the aftermath, Coco found a chance for opportunity.
My favorite line is that You can replace things, but you can't replace people. I know the cause was, heartfelt for a lot of people, including me. But just to see the devastation of all the window and the glass. So when that happened, there were 3 people who actually moved out that were like really, that was like when you walk in the door, Coco's. And so I didn't want to look at the brick, the wall boarded up. So I thought, I bet I can do something really cool with that space. And then I did Coco's Plants.
Coco's Plants is a side shop maintained by Jess, a young girl Coco and her husband took in to mentor 3 years ago when she was 14. Jess is an artist too and is able to sell her handmade jewelry in the plant store.
So we sell lots of plants, mostly like low maintenance plants like the air plants, and we sell like crystals, metaphysical stuff like jewelry that's metaphysical, and sage, like all feel good stuff. I've always been an optimistic person, but Coco has brought it out a lot. My anxiety has gone down a lot with her. She's always bringing new experiences, talking to new people. Like this is a really new experience. Like just being here, talking to people is like just really helping, like being more comfortable around other people. And also like I have my own business now, and she's showing me like the ropes on how to start a business.
Coco rents out areas of her shop to other artists, or creatives as she likes to call them. Corbin Ellis is Coco's in-house art curator who helps local creatives get a place to create and showcase their work.
We try to feature a new artist here each month, so that's what this space is across the hall. So pretty much I had to keep up on the space for that, keep up with the space as far as what we have, actually kind of like organize it, make sure we can accommodate our artwork as well as others as well.
Musician and artist Chelsea Sullivan recently moved from Maumee to Cleveland to showcase her art, and she says because of Coco's, her creations are getting noticed more and more.
It actually helps me a lot. I get more attention here in Cleveland than what I did back home because it's boring there and I had no place to have my art. I was like, all my art was in our garage and I didn't have enough room.
Sullivan says she will soon be offering classes to those looking to learn how to paint. Coco's Chalky Paints is an experience that must be seen to believe. You can easily find her shop in the 5th Street Arcade. For more information, you can visit her website at cocoschalkypaints.com. Cleveland has one of the best food scenes in the entire country, bar none, covered by popular publications like the Los Angeles Times and Time Magazine. And one of Cleveland's most coveted modern Mexican restaurants is Ohio City Burrito.
We have 4 locations currently. We have one on 25th, which is our flagship store. It's been there for 12 years. Downtown was our 2nd location, and then we just opened in Lakewood about a year and a half ago over on Detroit Road. Every location has their own little twist to it. We try to keep some local artwork in there. Some of the stuff in the downtown location was actually done by Jeff and Michelle themselves. Downtown we found some local artists, so there's 2 different murals on our walls down there. And 25th as well has, I mentioned some of the artwork was original from 12 years ago. They had artists down there paint a picture, which actually was our one of the back of our hoodie for a couple of years, and then we kind of changed to the new Skelly logo. So he's kind of our mascot now.
Ohio City Burrito was able to expand from 1 location to 4 because of the delicious food they prepare daily.
Probably best known for our meats. We take a lot of time and put a lot of effort into all of our recipes. We actually grind our own chorizo and make our own chorizo from scratch. We shred our own cheese. We make our own queso. Everything's really made from scratch in-house daily. But our meats are slow cooked. We rub them down for 24 hours, slow cook them for 12 hours overnight, and they're hand shredded every morning. Each meat has its own little sauce that we make with it. And it's kind of, we have a authentic twist to everything. It is Mex-Tex, but we have some authentic items that we try. We offer some flan, which is really good for dessert. So we got a little bit of everything, from tacos to burritos. We have the naked burrito, which is in a bowl. So it's a lot of different options. We do fish on Fridays. We have shrimp every day of the week. So you can choose vegan, vegetarian. Our guac is vegan-friendly. Our veggies are a great little option. You have the seafood for people who are just vegetarians and not vegans. And then pork, chicken, and beef, kind of all around. So you have a ton of different options here.
The popularity of the local restaurant got them a spot inside of Progressive Field.
That was great for the business. It really gave us a lot of recognition. I mean, every time there's a game, there's people from all over the city and states that come in and get to see us. Downtown's, 25th is great, that area. People park down there so they get to see the store and then they get to see the stand inside. And it's a limited menu inside there, but they get an idea of what Ohio City Burrito is all about, some of the food. Get to see some of the artwork there. We do have our logos up, and it's great for the company. It's great recognition and publicity for us. So,
with 4 locations and great support, the future looks bright for Ohio City Burrito.
Yeah, we'd like to keep expanding, see it grow. I think it's a great concept, and it's a growing concept. And I definitely think we have room to grow more, out in different suburbs and continue on. We stay close to the 25th area where we're kind of known. But it seems like everywhere we go, we have a great rapport with customers, a great reputation in the city. We try to give back to the city, any city we're in. We do a lot with school systems and mainly the school systems and different fundraisers we do. So there's a lot of stuff on our website about how you can set up a fundraiser as well. So that's kind of where we're at with it right now.
Now be sure to stop into one of Ohio City Burrito's 4 locations to taste some of the best Mexican food in the area. Finally, sports memorabilia is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Items like trading cards, balls, and apparel can be worth tons of money. But what about the one-of-one products that hold a sentimental value? John Smetana, owner of Johnnyville Woods, has cornered the market with his very unique baseball bat designs.
I have had an old saying that I've said for a long time. 2 things I expect to be here is I expect to be paid and I expect to be hugged at the end of it, because when you see people's reaction to what I've made, and I tell people all the time, even as I take the order in, I say, as great as you think this thing's going to be, it's going to be better when you see it and when you get it in your hands. And who can overspeak that? I can't, because when they get the bat, they're going, you're right, 100% right.
Each Johnnyville bat is made with precision for the customer's satisfaction.
We actually take it from a dowel and we machine our own bats down. And we take it from there, we have to knock the nubs off, and it becomes all about hand sanding after that. There's belt sanders that could do it, but given like the process that we go through, we have to water the bats, we use acrylic coating, and after we sand it multiple times, we wet the wood, sand the wood, wet the wood, sand the wood. Then it comes into a process here at the back of the shop. We dunk the bats when they're in translucent red, blue, green, whatever stains. Natural's still the #1 color that we use, because if you're using different logos, natural colored bats give us that the neutral background that we need in order to make the bat where both logos look like, or 3 logos or 4 logos, look like it all is coherent.
The sentimental value of a Johnnyville bat is priceless. John has really found something special with the personal messages.
Groomsmen's gifts, I'm huge with. Graduation gifts, huge with. Birth gifts. Put the boy's name on with whatever association logos are on the front. But again, it all breaks down to that handwritten message, whether it's coming from grandpa or the father. But where I've really made my living is corporate gifts. You give me a guy's corporate logo and the college he went to. I just had a guy give me, everybody went to the same college, and then he had the fraternity on there, and he gave it to all his frat brothers. But so it crosses over, and it crosses into everything. And I love doing one-offs. We all like the big hit deals. They come in and I have something, I do well at it. But at the end of the day, I want to do something that's just where I know it's in your family.
John's shop, which is located in the 5th Street Arcade, is a sight to see. It's packed wall to wall with memorabilia, photos, and bats.
This is everything that has interested me since really I'm 60 years old, and everything that you kind of figure out that by the time I became a conscious teenager, early teenager, you can kick down 10 years, so everything from the late 50s through today. Everywhere I travel, I could pick out something from my garage or the basement, and this was a collection of everything over really 27 years of every time I traveled, I'd see something, and since it's not in the house where my wife is, that I could have it just because I liked it. And so now what's really cool about this is I get to share it with everybody who comes in now. And you could just sit here literally, and tell you, I've had guys come in for hours, and just because there's not an inch of the place that isn't full of something.
Johnnyville Woods has become a well-known brand, and he's done this with only word-of-mouth advertising.
Every time I make a bat, it seems like it's a seed. It's a seed that floats out there and it comes back to me. Somebody else looks at it and says, wow, Johnnyville, and they just Google Johnnyville and they're back on my website, and here we go again. Here's another one. Just because, Louisville 100 plus years ago had their logo right on the front of the bat, well, I put my logo right on the front of the bat and it's right next to everything else. But strangely, I've seen actually people pick up my bat, and as they're leaving, they go, this is the greatest Louisville slugger ever. And I laugh, I'm like, it's a Johnnyville, but because people don't see that end of the bat, they just they see what they want to see, which is their name and their logos and whatever, and everything else to the right doesn't count, so which is where I'm at.
If you're looking for a special gift but can't seem to figure out what it is, why not make it a Johnnyville? Visit JohnnyvilleWoods.com or visit him in the 5th Street Arcade. You will not be disappointed. TV20 is streaming live 24/7. Visit TV20Cleveland.com to see our live feed and more. Stay connected with TV20 wherever you go by liking and following us on Facebook and Twitter. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to watch our numerous programs. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans, and soon they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work, and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people, and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot.
Now it's up to you.